All right. Hello, my loves. Welcome and welcome back to my channel, Soup for the Soul Tarot. And let me just scoot this up a little bit. So maybe there's a little bit more light here. Well, I don't really even need, let's see, much light there. Okay, that's somewhat better. Okay, so I wanted to kind of share what came to mind in my vision. Okay, so take what resonates and leave the rest. So I felt like I was connecting to a young man. This is probably somebody in their teens. Okay, maybe 15, 14, I'm just gonna say maybe between the ages of, at the youngest, maybe 13 at the oldest, maybe like 17, okay, or 16. But I feel like this is a young man between that age range. And in my vision, I had pictured this young man to be wearing a wife beater or just a white tank top, okay, and a pair of shorts. I think they were like these blue shorts that actually went below the knees. They weren't super baggy or anything like that, but they're not like the shorts that you kind of see nowadays where they're above the knees. So it kind of reminded me, the aesthetic or the style, I guess, reminded me of something you'd see in like the early 2000s maybe. Okay, to like, I don't know, maybe 2010, you know, from like 2000, maybe 99, okay, late 90s to 2007, 2010. All right, so this could also just be someone's past. Obviously, we're not, you know, we're in year 2025, you know, or this young man could just be wearing those clothes anyway. Maybe it's normal where he's from. Also, this person may be from the South, possibly from the Midwest. Okay, didn't seem like it was anywhere on the East or West Coast, but I don't know. I didn't really get a geographical location. That's just kind of like, I guess in my mind's eye, that's just what it reminded me of. But I felt like this young man was very angry, very, very angry and resentful. And deep within this young man's heart is a lot of pain from betrayal. He feels he had been neglected by his parents. He just feels really betrayed. Like he wasn't really given the amount of nurturing and love that he really needed to thrive. And so I really feel like because of that, this young man was very cynical and looks at other people with distaste. So this person, I feel like, doesn't really like other people. Again, that's due in large part to early experiences not being very good, right? Upbringing not being very good, feeling as if he was on his own, feeling as if the only person that has his back is himself. And so this young man could have resorted to theft, maybe even in possibly even in gang-related activities. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but I just feel like this is definitely somebody that had to hustle, really, in order to kind of get by. But that's what I'm seeing here. Again, very closed off to love. Doesn't really believe it's real. You know, this young man may perceive love to be a control tactic. You know, it's something that people use to manipulate others. And so this person, I feel like, is just very closed off to forming connections. Okay, but let's dive into some tarot here to see more of what's happening to this person. Perhaps this person is you from the past, okay? Or perhaps you know somebody like this. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but this is definitely something that has come to mind here. Okay, so let's dive in. I'm going to start with an oracle card here. Maybe a few oracle cards. Let's see what's going on. Okay, we have 42, and it looks like a compass. On the deck, we have a ship, number 3. So, maybe time has passed for this young man, but I feel like he's waiting for this moment of opportunity where he can leave. Maybe, you know, this is leave his home, leave his family, so he could finally be free and do something else. Or maybe just leave the current city, town, or state. Maybe even country this person is located. Okay, but I feel like this person is counting down the moments where he can finally start over and have a better life. That's something that's coming through for me. All right, let's see what else is happening here. Also, maybe now, if this was somebody that has grown up and maybe I've described more of your past, your childhood, your upbringing, perhaps now you are in your early 40s, perhaps specifically 42, but again, doesn't have to be. All right. But I do feel like you are trying to, or this man is trying to move towards a place where there's more fairness. Because again, this upbringing, this background, just feels very unfair to this person. Tell me more about this young man. One more shuffle here. This young man. We have the Master Artisan in the reverse, 8 of Keys. That's what it looks like in the upright position. And then we have the Queen of Roses. Also something I'm getting as well is that this person might have fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, doesn't necessarily have to be. Also, the sign Scorpio is really popping out at me as well. Okay, anyways. I do feel, okay, so I'm seeing this 2 ways. This young man may have moved and is learning how to be on his own, independent. Maybe has gone to trade school or is thinking about going to a trade school. Okay. Or this young man may have grown up. And again, this person may be older now, perhaps in their 40s. Or, you know, maybe for some 40 years have passed. Okay, Tico resonates there. But maybe now you're reflecting back on your past and kind of realizing that you've really transformed into a completely different person. You don't even recognize yourself anymore. With the Queen of Roses here, I do feel like there is a love interest. Maybe it was love that transformed your heart. In the past, you could have been very closed off to this person. But this person was very special to you. Okay. And maybe opening up to this person really changed your perspective. Or, you know, somehow being with this person was maybe one of the biggest lessons you could have ever had. Some of you are at a distance from this person now. Maybe a lot of time has passed since you've seen this person or since you've heard of this person. But you wonder about them from time to time. Okay. I'm going to pull some tarot now. This man may feel as if this Queen of Roses is their one true love or the love of their life. This man, this boy, now man, right, may have not found a love that touched them so deeply since being with this person or since coming across this person. 2 of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Tell me more. Let's see what's happened here. The story. The Judgment card. Yeah, you feel as if, or this man feels as if this woman was pulled away from him. You could have met this person while traveling, or this man, you know, take it how it resonates, met this person while traveling. Queen of Cups in the reverse. This feminine saw through this man, understood his pain, and I feel like nursed some wounds. And at the time, I feel like he didn't really believe in it. He didn't maybe know this transformation or this change was really happening until it was too late. Yeah, Strength in the reverse. Bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. I'm feeling like this couple still thinks about each other, even if a lot of time has passed. This woman may be in a better place stability-wise. Maybe she's accumulated a lot of wealth. And it seems like she's really moved on, or she's kind of accepted that she's had to leave this in the past, you know? And I do feel like this man yearns to reach out. I'm kind of seeing the story of Rapunzel here. Like I'm hearing Rapunzel, let down your, long hair or something like that. So I do feel like, again, there's some distance. Maybe there's distance in when it comes to like your status, or this man's status, okay? Perhaps this man makes less than this woman does, or has less than this woman does. And there's a lot of frustration here about letting this woman get away, okay? Or not being able to meet her at her level. Okay, or again, that was something that was in the past. And the main thing is that Six of Cups, these two definitely had, a soulmate contract, right? What they shared with each other was very real. But, it was kind of like a karmic soulmate. I do feel like this is not, meant to come together in this lifetime. For most of you, I'm not saying for all of you, but for most of you, I do feel like this is just meant to be an impactful lesson for one or both of these people. I do feel like this man was more affected than this lady or this woman, though. I also feel like this man waited too long. Maybe waited too long to act. Okay. I'm hearing the one that got away. So maybe this man feels as if he let this woman get away. But he realizes that he sabotaged this because, you know, of his childhood, his upbringing. He didn't believe in love. Again, he thought that was a manipulation tactic. Like, love's not real. That's just how you control people. You know, what came out? Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. And that is the image of the card. Okay. Okay. I'm going to roll some astro dice to kind of see how this story between these two souls may be carried out into the next life if you guys choose to, you know, carry out together. Let's see. What karma are you guys going to carry out together in the next life? All right, we have the third house. I know you can't see all of the dice that rolled here, but we have the third house, Aries energy. There's that fire, right? We also have Leo over here, the strength card. Okay. And we have the moon. And also we have that Scorpio energy, right? I do feel like this person could have water in their chart. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or maybe fire. Maybe both. Okay. Let's see here. I'm hearing first priority. In the next life, this man will feel like this is his undying wish. This is the last person he will think of when he closes his eyes and says his goodbyes and moves on to the next life. With number 3 here, or the third house, I do feel like things got in the way. Perhaps third parties got in the way. Maybe there was issues with communication. Again, I do feel like somebody here, do you feel like it's mainly the masculine, was pushing this person away because this person didn't want to be manipulated. There was fear of manipulation. And so I feel like this masculine really withheld a lot of communication, thinking that was coming from a place of empowerment. But in the end, kind of realized that maybe that was foolish. Pride, strength in reverse, got in the way of this connection. With the moon card, or the moon on this dice over here, I know you guys can't see it. I do feel like this feminine partner here knows that there's unfinished business between you and this person, between you and her. But in the next life, there may be some distance, you know, that maybe in the next life, this woman may not be attracted to you. Perhaps it's going to be more of a friendship. You know, perhaps this person will think of you more as a friend with moon in the third house. But you will have this desire with this Aries energy here. I feel like you will feel this past life connection with this person, but it almost feels like this person may feel like this cycle has completed with you or this man. Interesting. Let's pull an oracle here. Actually, let's pull one from this deck over here. So basically in the next life, I'm feeling that this man is basically going to get friend zoned, which is interesting. But on a deep level, this person does have love, but is not really aware of, you know, maybe this past life romantic connection in the next life. Let's see. It's dynamic in the next life. Yeah, because I feel like, again, this feminine energy here has really decided to leave this behind, has closed this chapter, has accepted that this is gone, that this is ended, has really released this. So for her, she doesn't feel much attachment to this masculine now, or in the next life. Okay. I can't show this card because it's, you know, maybe it's more like PG-13. It's just so it shows some nudity here, but it says desire, you know, and it's basically an image of this man, you know, kissing up on this woman's breasts, really, here. And so I do feel like, again, in the next life, I feel like there is this deep desire that this man is going to have towards this woman, but I just feel like it may not be reciprocated, maybe at first at least. So there may be some challenge there. But all right, guys, that is the reading. If this resonated or you just enjoyed listening to this, I hope you choose to hit the like button and maybe follow me or subscribe to my channel on the way out. And again, if you would like a personal reading, you can donate through Cash App or Venmo, and I would love to put you on the list and jump into your reading. But I am not doing free readings on here. So, just so you guys are aware, from time to time I do free readings, but I don't always. All right, guys. I guess I'm going to go, and I'm going to start a new live and then do the zodiac read. All right. Bye.